Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Xeno, the personification of a cry for help, and we are back with more Silverstone. Now, I don't know if it was obvious from my last playthrough, but let me give you guys a little brief history. For the past week, I have been sick. Well, sickly. I haven't been fully sick, I just had a sore throat and congestion, which is not good, and I guess I am still in the recovery phase, because after recording 3 videos in one day, your vocals get kind of spent, and I fear that might have been visible with my last playthrough, which was of this visual novel. So, if I sounded rough in some parts, maybe Mason's voice isn't as doesn't sound as healthy as it usually, well, as healthy as I usually can get it. That's why I am sorry, but I am a masochist. I am going to record 3 videos again today, but I'm going to have a drink rotation. I'm going to have water, and I'm going to have some tea to help with the throat. So yeah, there's that, and I'll be sure to get as much rest as I possibly can. Yeah, this combat's going to be really weird. But anyway, we're continuing Mason's route, considering apparently his route is the only route that is updated. I want to say this. I have a feeling that I might get done with this visual novel pretty quickly, considering the last update was in August. And I know they're still working on build 3 and everything, and no rush, no rush. I will never rush an independent artist on anything. But because of that, I feel like once I get fully caught up with Mason's route, I'm just going to stop right there and continue this only if a route has been updated. I know usually if I was done with one, I would immediately go to another person's route and just play theirs until I'm caught with them. But considering his route is the only one that's kind of updated, that means pretty much everyone else's route is pretty much just where they are at, and I'm pretty sure it's literally during the fight between Kelsey and Jake, which that was fucking wild, okay? But anyway, so once anyone's route updates, so for example, if Silas gets an update next, or Jake, June, Kelsey, I don't fucking know, then I will immediately start off with giving the silver bullet to each of them in their respective routes. Sound good? Sound great? Okay. Anyway, let's continue onward, shall we? So the last thing we left off on, we gave Mason the silver bullet, which is supposed to tie the 2 souls together. Which is funny, considering Mason's are you sure you don't want to share this with someone you, love, want to spend the rest of your life with? And not, I don't know, your stepbrother? So that's gonna be... You know what, I wonder what's to be brought up with this route. I'm really curious. I don't know. But it's so funny how, this is an option for this visual novel. Now, maybe, okay, you know what, maybe it's not surprising considering, the amount of, incest or semi-incest content is around the furry community and everything. That's always I'm pretty sure that's always gonna be a thing, and it's never gonna go away. And it's not it's furry adjacent or anything, it's pretty much common. How many times have we seen the stepbrother scenario occur in all kinds of porn? But I wonder, is it gonna go fully that way? I guess technically it's not incest, but it's domestic girlfriend levels of it, right? I'm sorry, domestic girlfriend is the only reference I have now, because to be fair, it was the most popular during the time. But I'm curious, is it gonna go down that route, or is it going to play it completely platonic and everything? You know what? I don't want to assume things, pull things out of my ass and everything. So I'm just going to play this route and see what happens. I don't know. But anyway, let's continue onward, shall we? Well, actually, no, wait. Also, Kelsey and Jake finally fought inside the bar, and Kelsey alluded that Jake wanted to fuck Zeke, and that he's been texting Kelsey about it, or that he wanted relationship advice, which is already messy that you want relationship advice from your ex, considering you two don't have a really good history together. But the fact that she alluded to the fact that he wanted to fuck Zeke is crazy. And Zeke is now conflicted, oh, does he really want that? Because he's straight, right? But honestly, if you guys know, in the furry universes, there's no such thing as a straight person. They're either bisexual or pansexual until proven otherwise, okay? But yeah, so there's that. Anyway, they fought, we all split. Mason has shown a side of him that we have never seen before, where he's like actually angry and furious and everything. So that's crazy and also kind of hot. And now we're on our way to the library, where we're going to see Kelsey. And hopefully he could keep his cool, considering it's a library, and you don't want to shout in a library, right? But the real question is that why Kelsey was so overprotective of us all this time? Because she wanted to protect us from Jake? Because she accused him of wanting to fuck us? Or is it because this whole friend group all fucked over Zeke during the mass exodus, which he conveniently forgot about? Okay, I wonder why. I'm curious. I'm so curious. I mean, I keep saying I'm curious throughout this whole playthrough, but oh my god. I mean, that's a good thing about a visual novel, right? You want to, like, know what's happening, so you keep reading. Anyway, oh my fucking god, I've been talking for 9 minutes. I need to shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? Both of us need to chill out. Since I missed out on the rest of my ice cream yesterday, I suggested that we stop by the shop again. I lit the scoop of coffee ice cream I bought while Mason taps away on his cell phone. Guess he just wanted to come in to use the internet. After a while, he finally sets his phone on the table, grumbling as he does so. He takes a huge chunk of the strawberry ice cream that's been melted in a cup next to him. Thankfully, the dog had wisened up since yesterday, having taken a lattes pill before starting to eat. Mason puts his cup of ice cream down again with his spoon lids clean. He then looks at me, phone is back in hands. I almost want to throw it away so he's not glued to it again. Hey. So, I was thinking about calling Dad once I get a signal. Yeah? I was wondering if you would be up for joining the call. I can feel my face turn cold as he asks that. It took a lot for me to even talk to Mason and the others again. Kelsey pretty much forced me to join the group chat. Dad does mean a lot to me, but I don't know if this is the right time. Maybe. I'll need to think about it, Mason. You need to... Okay. I can tell he's holding back some annoyance, though this time it's a bit more understandable. He shovels some ice cream into his mouth, possibly to stop another outburst. It's not like I don't want to talk to him, Mason. It's just... I'm exhausted, and I had to push through a lot of anxiety just to send one text to you all. I don't think I do well on a phone call. At least for now. Mason's expression turns from annoyed to sympathetic. Maybe a bit embarrassed, as if he didn't take that into account when asking. He pops his spoon out of his mouth, some spit accidentally flitting onto the table as he stretches his arm. Sorry. I guess I should have thought about that. It's just... He was so excited when I told him about the trip and all. I pull a napkin out of the holder and clean up the mess Mason made. Despite my hesitance, it's really hard to ignore the dog's pouting as he starts to bury his head in his arms, stirring his melted ice cream. I mean, I guess it's okay if you give me his phone number. Just so I can text him. Mason nearly falls out of his chair as he bolts up, that goofy grin painted on his face again. By this point, it actually does feel like it's just pain. The dog slides his phone over to me with our dad's contact, and I put the number into my cell, needing to tap the screen on Mason's when it dims. I'll let him know you have his number. Now you can tell Dad about college, your interests, and... slow down, Mason. I'm probably just gonna start with a simple hi, you know? Right. Sorry. I'll send you a picture to add to your contacts once we have a signal, though. I actually don't use pictures for that stuff. Wait, really? How do you tell people apart, then? Mason, I have less than 20 contacts in my phone. Well, now you have more. Can I at least show you a picture of Dad? I suppose that wouldn't hurt. Mason beams as he scrolls through the gallery on his phone. I do want to talk with Dad again, but it feels like Mason is pushing me into the deep end. I want to take my time. The last thing I need is to have a panic attack on my first call with him in years. Here's a good pic. Mason slides his phone over to me. I nearly backed out of the picture as I fumbled picking it up. I guess they were on a hike when he took this picture. It looks like they're at Multnomah Falls, judging by the bridge and the waterfall behind them. Dad still looks the same as he did back then. A dirty blonde pit bull always dressed in corduroy and khakis. Mason got the black fur from his mom, if I remember correctly. I feel a bit sad seeing him. While he looks happy in this picture, it only makes me think of how much I missed out. And not just with Mason, with everyone. Sliding the phone back, I feign a smile. It seems to work, as Mason giggles while putting his phone away. He looks happy. His birthday's coming up soon, isn't it? Been almost a year since I called. Both of ours, actually. He'll be turning 58 in September, and I'll be 23 next month. Damn. Happy early birthday. I feel a bit bad. Kind of wish I could celebrate them with you two. Mason seems to notice how downtrodden I am, as he reaches over to pat my head. Now I'll have to find a mirror to fix my hair. Hey, just consider this my birthday party, okay? The dog sips the rest of his ice cream out of the cup and his snout dons a pink mustache. I guess I can appreciate his attempts to lift me up, even if it's unnecessary. Mason licks the milky slush off of his snout before looking at the time on his phone. The smile disappears instantly, and I can imagine him yanking the collar of his shirt. He's pretty much a living cartoon when he's happy, so I guess it fits him. Shit, what time does the library close? I know it used to close at 6 p.m. when we lived here. I can hear Mason's foot tap the floor constantly. He puts his paw to his mouth and I can see him biting his nails. Hey, I was the one that wanted to go in the first place. I thought you wanted to look around town a bit more. Ugh, I just want some signal. At least with internet I'll be able to send the pics to Dad. Okay, I'm eating. I stuff the rest of my ice cream down my throat, trying to hide the major brain freeze I get. Mason holds the door open and we're off to the library once again. Keep your cool, Mason. Please don't yell. Our walk to the library is silence, minus Mason swirling all about trying to get a signal. Other than that, only the winds of the town fill the void until we step inside. When we enter the building, the librarian's eyes dart from her book to us. The sounds of pages turning is ironically louder than the awkward trek over here. Excuse me, where can I find some info about the town's history? Like old pictures and documents. I'm trying to keep my voice as quiet as possible, though I doubt the two people sitting at the table's mind. The librarian pushes herself out of her seat, the wood creaking as she does so. She reaches up to the shelf behind her, grabbing a set of keys from a cardboard box at the top. It's in the back. Be careful with everything, okay? I nod and make my way to the shelves as Mason pulls his phone out of the desk. He leans over and asks something. Judging by the volume of his voice, he doesn't seem to care about the people reading here. Hey, can you tell me the password for the internet? At least say please, Mason. The shelves are a bit too close together. I never thought I would have to turn sideways to squeeze through some bookshelves. This place must be hell for heavier people. At least I chose an interesting section to go through. There's a lot of books about photography and older technology. I might have to grab one of them on my way out. Zeke? It's Silas! My baby! I literally know nothing about you, but you're a bear, so you're automatically a 10 in my books. The only bear that's not a 10 in my books is Brian from Arches. Or the Echo universe, so yeah. I nearly jump out of my pants as Silas approaches from the side, breaking me out of my daze. Surprisingly, he's able to get through the narrow passage with little trouble. Oh my god, Skinny! Although, June seems to be having a bit more trouble behind him. I just let out a breathy and somewhat nervous laugh as I regain my composure. Hey guys, what are you doing here? We've been here for a few hours, actually. Saw you and Mason come in from one of the tables. I scratched the back of my neck, confused. How did I miss them? Why are you headed all the way back here? Isn't it all just a bunch of papers and junk? Well, I get cut off as I finally escape the confines of book spines and potential paper cuts. My exit is less than graceful, falling on a cart full of books. Thankfully, it's against a wall. Kelsey had mentioned the library was still here, so I was curious if they had anything that could bring back my memories. Oh, okay. Silas and June followed behind me, shoving themselves out of the aisle of books as I unlock the door to the back room. I can hear coins shuffling in June's pocket as the lock clicks. As much as I'd rather drop the subject altogether, it's weird that I haven't seen Kelsey in here yet. Maybe that's the reason for their anxiety? Actually, have you guys seen Kelsey at all? Mason and I haven't seen her since the fight this morning.
She was here earlier, but we didn't talk to her.
I mean, we said hi to her.
That doesn't count. We greeted her, she ignored us, and then she stuck her head in some books for a couple hours.
Why do you ask? I don't think I want to talk with her, after the way she's acted the past few days. I can tell Silas is upset, but at most he looks like a grumpy cartoon. June, however, looks a bit more pissed off. Well, I just figured she would be able to help me with this stuff, and I wanted to know if she's okay. I can hear the scraping from the coins again. June tries to steal his expression, but I catch a bit of apprehensiveness. Maybe it's not Kelsey that's causing the anxiety?
Well, either way, you two just missed her. She left like 10 minutes ago.
A loud shush echoes from the other side of the library. I didn't think we were being that loud, but you can never underestimate the lack of patience these geezers have. I quickly swing open the door to the back room. The squeak earned us another shush as we pile in. Bitch, we can't help it! They need to oil the hinges! Fucking idiots. Geriatric bitches. Slowly I close it, try not to draw any more ire from the people reading their oh-so-fine literature. The walls of the back room are decorated with pictures of the town from before the first Exodus. While the frames protect them, I can tell that they've seen better days. One picture in particular does catch my eye, however. A blonde bear drinking ale with his arm around a deer at what looks like an old saloon. Maybe that's what Sam's was in the past? What I noticed, though, is that the bear is looking past the camera, not at the deer, almost as if he's admiring whoever took the picture. I try to find a signature to see if the photo is credited, but nothing springs up. Zeke? I stumble as I roll back around to face Silas and June. The bear catches my shoulder with one hand, steadying my balance. You alright? We were asking about Mason. Oh, sorry. I was just interested in this picture. What about Mason?
He seemed angry, to put it lightly, back at the bar. We're just curious if he's okay.
A small stop escapes me, thinking about the dog's behavior from earlier. I walk over to one of the drawers, pulling out a binder labeled 2000s from one of them. I don't know, man. I've just never seen him so on edge before. It seems like he'll snap at anyone he can.
Oh, come on. You two had to have a few fights when you were kids, right?
Not really. At worst, he just pouted his way. It doesn't make sense. I flip through the pages of photographs stored in the binder, occasionally stopping when I think I see something worthwhile. Some photos do have me in them, but it's usually just me and one of the others running by as the picture's about to be taken. I flick my finger through the tabs on the side, then I take a short pause. Why is there no section labeled 2002? A prolonged creak interrupts my thoughts as the door to the back room opens. They really should oil the doors more around here. Mason is holding his phone up to the ceiling, presumably to get better internet.
The password here is so dumb, guys. Free library Wi-Fi 123 is not secure at all.
The three of us look at each other now that our conversation topic has waltzed in. I opt to return to my investigation, tossing the binder back in the drawer and pulling out another. This one seems to be made of old newspapers, though some are only partial archives. Shockingly, 2002 exists in this one, but it skips right from June to August.
Motherfucker. Can't find what you need?
No, and it's pissing me off.
Maybe this is a sign, Zeke.
Sometimes things don't, Mason. I'm not really happy being left in the dark about this stuff, so this stupid wild goose chase is all I can do about it.
Zeke, did you never think to check the internet?
Please tell me Zeke is not that dumb. Please tell me Zeke is not that dumb. I'm so fucking stupid. God damn it. God damn it. Listen, it's between this, Cameron suggesting they continue onwards with Echo with Devin, and Ryan forgetting about the SD card when he's trying to look for the pictures. on Ransom's blog. Like, oh my god. I can't. Anyway, I'm so fucking stupid. The years of control from my mom had completely blocked that possibility out of my mind. A frustrated groan escapes me. All this worrying, and the solution was in my face the entire time? There's probably still not going to be a lot of pictures, given the lack of archives, but... Well, this was a waste of time. I doubt they will let me look it up here, though, so I have to wait until... A loud notification rings from Mason's cell phone, causing the three of us to jump. Despite being in an enclosed room in the back, I can still feel the librarian's eyes piercing into my skull. The echoing off of the walls doesn't help matters either. Sorry, Dad just hit it back.
Jesus Christ, at least turn that down. You nearly gave me a heart attack.
Mason's face falls as his celebration is cut short. His phone makes a small buzz as he sets it to vibrate before sliding it back into his pocket. The air is getting heavy again. It's probably best to abort this mission and go somewhere else at this point. I sloppily close the biter of newspapers, but feel a hand rest upon my shoulder as I put it back in its drawer. I knew it, Silas. I knew it to tell my baby boy. Silas is scratching the bridge of his nose, his head half turned away from me. I can see his ears turn red and can't help but chuckle.
So, you remember yesterday? How you said we could talk?
Oh yeah, sorry. It completely slipped my mind. It's been a day.
Don't worry about it. But, can we talk privately now? Away from Mason and June?
I glance over at the duo, who seem a bit preoccupied with their own conversation, but it's hard to make out what they're saying. But by June's expression, it can't be anything good. Well, June's expression is always a grimace, so nothing is usually good with him. That's probably for the best anyway. Finally, we get to talk with Silas! Oh my god, I want his to be updated. Listen, I want his route to be updated next. I want it to be updated next, please. Just give it to me. Send it to me, Rachel! The bear smiles, carefully opening the door as we sneak past the others. I look back as I exit. It looked as if Mason's eyes shot toward us as we left. I look up at Silas as he nervously stretches his chest. Although it's uncomfortable, the shelf we've been sitting behind has mostly kept us out of sight from the others. The carpet that the library chose is coarse and old. I'd give anything to be in one of those plastic chairs at the tables instead. It feels like we're just sitting on concrete. My ears flick in attention as the bear lets out a shaky breath, turning to me as he pulls his hand out of his tank top.
So, you know how it was a bit awkward this morning? When you said you wanted to do the special with the Mason? That's kind of weird, guys, right? Like, you two are half-brothers. I don't know, it's just a bit odd. I get you technically are not related, but still, the implications are there, and I was just wondering, are you guys, like, a thing now? Like, what's happening?
Oh god, yeah, I remember that now. Did that hurt your feelings? The bear grumbles, as if he doesn't know the answer to that himself.
I don't know if I say hurts, more like, I just wanted to tell you something and thought that was a good chance to.
Silas's ears are turning red now. I swear I can see some pink through his fur, but he covers his face quickly in embarrassment. My baby!
Sorry, I just never done this before.
No worries, take your time. I'll log into the internet and tell the others to go on ahead of us.
No, I'll just say it now. I need to get over myself and just take the plunge, I guess.
Silas takes a loud gulp, though I could just be thinking that because of how quiet the library is. I think I know what he's about to say, but I'd rather hear from him than rely on our gut feeling.
Zeke, I was wondering if, fuck, would you like to go on a
Yes! 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 Fuck! Why couldn't his route be updated? Why couldn't his route be updated? I want to go on a date with him! Ah! God, I am a whore.
The hell are you two doing back here?
Mason's appearance manages to scare Silas. his leg jolting and accidentally tipping some boots over. He covers his mouth before a shriek can get out, though the muffled scream is still pretty loud. I stand up, brushing off the dirt and carpet fuzz clean to my clothes, before helping Silas get to his feet. Mason stands as someone intimidating, the dog's arms crossed and his eyebrows jagged. All I can do is let out a deep sigh at this tiresome mood of his. We were just talking, Mason, that's all.
Talking about what?
It's none of your business. Go on ahead and head out with June. We'll be out in a
Jesus Christ, man, you can't leave me like that.
June squeezes in behind Mason, holding a few boots under his arm. He instantly catches the vibe. I can practically see sweat start to form as he walks in. The dog is baring his teeth now, like a child who didn't get the candy he wanted from the grocery store, or like he didn't get the exact building set for Christmas. I try to make myself appear more confident, but I'd be lying if I said Mason was to scare me a bit. Plus, I've seen myself puff my chest out. It looks more goofy than threatening.
I mean, why can't you just tell me?
It's private. Just check out with June and then we could go do something else.
No, tell me what the fuck Silas is babbling on about to you.
Hey, dude, cut the bullshit. What does Silas ever do to you? Silas looks away from Mason. It looks like he wants to go home at this point, and I can't help but kind of feel the same way. What he's telling me doesn't have anything to do with you, Mason. Why the hell are you acting like a child?
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm concerned about you. After this morning, you think it'd be okay for me to make sure you're alright?
Not every 10 fucking minutes, and Silas didn't even engage in that fight. Leave us alone for 2 goddamn seconds, alright?
Just forget, Zeke.
I looked over to Silas, who throws his bag over his shoulder. The bear looks like he's holding back tears. No, my baby! Don't cry! Don't cry! I'll go on a date with you! I'll go on a date with you! I knew exactly what you were gonna say! Please! I'll go on a date with you! Please! Just give me one more chance, please! He brushes past me, doing his best to avoid eye contact. I grab his hand, but he hastily swats me away from him.
This isn't worth it. I'll see you later.
The bear picks up the pace once he's past the shelves. My blood boils and my hands start to shake. This wasn't supposed to happen. I can't even look at the dog anymore. My own brother. I wanted to reconnect, but this isn't what I pictured this trip to be like. What the actual fuck is wrong with you, Mason? I don't wait for a response. My feet take me to the front desk and I make sure to toss the key to the librarian, while holding back this churning fury as much as I can. The sunlight that hits me when I leave burns my eyes, but it isn't as painful as the anger coursing through my veins, nor the tears that are starting to form in my eyes. Find Silas! Say yes! Say yes to him, please! God damn it. Fuck. I want his route. I want his route! Fucking hell! I hate this goddamn trail. I hate this town. I hate these fights. I hate him. No, I don't. Why am I so angry? Why is he so angry? Normally, I would try to navigate around all the hazards on the trail, but right now, I'm just trying not to stomp so hard into the dirt. Even though I know there's no signal, it's hard not to pull my phone out and check for texts. I can't believe how immature I was back there. How you're immature? Really? Really? No. You're reasonably sound. I'm sorry, but if anyone disagrees with me, you're wrong. Like, Mason was really fucking childish back there. Like, all Silas wanted to do was just talk to us in private, but for some reason, Mason is being overprotective. He's like Kelsey, but worse. Like, let's be fucking for real. And yes, I want to go on a date with Silas. Please. Like, Zeke, don't sell yourself short. You're completely justified in that. Mason's no better, but it didn't exactly help the situation. When he gets back, we'll need to have a sit down and work through this. I didn't expect Mason to be so immature. I'm starting to regret not hopping in the truck, though. I forgot how long this trail is, or how long it feels at least. Either way, it's about time to head back. The sunlight from behind me quickly turns from white to orange as the sun begins to set, with the few rays that peek through the leaves bespeckling the dirt. It looks darker here than I thought it would be. Then again, I've only been in here during the morning and the night, so it might just be my mind playing tricks on me. I'm surprised that the light is actually able to break through the trees at all. The forest is pretty dense. You could probably even hide a body in the grass and get away with it. Why would you have that thought? Why would you say that? I feel a bit sick for even having that thought. I just need to get to the motel and lie the foot down. Hey! I stop dead in my tracks as I hear the yell. He's not shouting at me, is he? The voice is even gruff, like an old man. Yet somehow it's full of vigor, and if I had to guess, anger. Run, bitch, run!
You, the hyena! What the hell are you doing in there?
Run! Run, bitch! Run! I turn to face the stranger yelling at me. His face is obscured due to the sunlight hitting his back, but wherever he is, he's big. Oh fuck, that's even worse. My fur becomes drenched with sweat as fear hits me like a truck. I try to move my legs, but my feet are frozen in place.
Come on, kid! Answer me! Then get the hell out of that trail!
I take a deep gulp, filled with confusion. This is the first time a Silverstone resident has been so hostile to me on this trip. And it's over a stupid trail? It can't just be out of concern, can it? His tone is so violent that just the thought of him moving toward me sends chills up my spine.
For fuck's sake, get out of here, kid!
Run! The man finally moves and, as if on their own, my feet shoot me off the ground towards the motel. I nearly fall as I land back on the ground, my hand catching a bit of dirt as it glides across the trail. This breathing isn't normal. I can't be having a panic attack now. It's just an old man from this stupid ghost town. Why is he the one that scares me the most? My vision pulsates and swirls as my breath draws short. I feel like I'm about to vomit. I try to stop. No, I want to stop. But my feet keep hammering the ground hard. I'm a bit relieved to see the light shining through the trail entrance, but I half expect to see the figure pop out from behind the trees. The image of him standing by the beach opening is enough to fucking choke me. I almost tripped down the steps as I exit the trail. My feet finally slowed down, but not enough as I ran into the vending machine on the side of the motel.
Fuck!
As I slide out of the machine onto my rear, my breath begins to return to me. The lightheadedness doesn't go away as quickly, however. It feels like everything is wobbling around me. The sensation only makes my nausea worse. I can feel acid enter my throat as I pick myself back up to my feet. I brush the dirt off my shorts and look at what the vending machine has. Surprisingly, I left a small dent on the front. Hopefully that didn't affect how the machine operates. After going back and forth for a while, I just decided to get a bottle of water. No need to upset my stomach any more than it already is. That brings my thoughts back to that man. Who was he, and why did he want me off the trail? It can't be because of all the needles and shit. It's practically the town's dump. They don't care about that. I took a brief look at my feet, ripping my pants and made sure I didn't step on anything. There are a couple rough patches, but I'm pretty sure that's more from the non-stop running. The water bottle finally falls to the bottom of the machine. I'm surprised at how clean it looked and how cold it is. I guess the vending machine is the true moneymaker here.
Oh, you.
Oh, it's this fucking guy. I jump as I hear the voice, the acid in my stomach swirling as I freeze. The manager looks at me from head to toe, eyebrow raised. The need to vomit comes back as I get a bare look at that rat. I had been a fair bit away from him when we checked in, but now his slimy eyes and yellow teeth are on full display.
I hear a noise back here. You aren't doing anything funny, are you?
If by funny you mean having a panic attack, then yes. I tripped down the steps and hit the vending machine, that's all.
O.O.C, be more careful. I can't afford to fix this machine again.
Jeez, sorry. I kind of want to beat the shit out of that machine now, out of spite. It'd probably be a stupid idea, though, considering I'm the only one here right now. Now that I think about it, it's kind of unusual that I've made it back before the others. Both of the cars are gone, and if I had to guess, Jake probably left the room sometime earlier. I wonder how long I have been running.
Oh, by the way.
My attention turns to the rat as he, rather forcefully, prods my shoulder. I jerk away, clutching onto my water bottle. I must have given him a look, as he shoots a glare my way before lighting up a cigarette. Of course, he blows the smoke right into my face after taking a big puff. Beat the fucking shit out of this guy. Beat the shit out of him.
The internet is going to be down until sometime tomorrow. I'm going to have my kid look at it in the afternoon.
Are you serious? I didn't mean to blurt that out, but after the day I've had, I'll give myself a pass. I did plan to go on my laptop when I got here after all.
I think you can survive without your precious internet for 12 hours. I'm more screwed than you right now, kid.
Whatever. I take a huge gulp of water. My throat feels dry as all hell by now.
When you're done being a child, could you pass that on to your friends?
Yeah. Thankfully, the rat gets the hint and finally leaves me alone. I walked over to the motel room, fishing my phone out of my pocket. At this point, I'm genuinely curious how long I was run for. 6:39. That seems concerning. No person should be able to run for 20 minutes like that. Things are just getting into my head, aren't they? I probably just misread my phone earlier or something. That or the library clock was off. I don't want to think about this right now. I stuffed my phone back into my pocket, swapping it for the room key. Maybe now I can finally get some peace and quiet. The warm air of the motel room quickly calms me down. The tension in my shoulders disappears as I sigh, throw my shirt off onto the bed. Jake doesn't seem to be here, though I do see his shirt on the floor. Maybe he went swimming again and I missed him? Either way, I'm kind of glad to be alone for now. I looked into the bag from earlier for my chips and grabbed the television remote. It's a small little box, looking almost as if for the 90s, but it'll do for now. Leaning against the back of the bed, I scratched my elbows into my pillow while I picked out some more vegetable straws. It took a moment to find something good to watch, but even then, the signal occasionally goes on the fritz. My mind can't stop wandering to my phone though. Even though the internet is off, all I can think about is the others texting me. I can't get Silas' face out of my head. The dejection and hurt he showed when he left. I just hope he's okay. Whenever Mason comes to mind, I tense up again. My shoulders raise and my hands begin to shake. Brother or not, that wasn't okay. Maybe June was right. People do change. I just didn't want to believe it, I guess. Though this still doesn't feel like Mason. The Mason I remember didn't get mad at people based on hunches. And he certainly wasn't this overprotective. I tried to turn my focus back to the show. Unfortunately, the jokes in this episode are kind of bad. Did they get new writers or something? This episode is so boring that I can feel my eyelids start to close. I desperately fight against it. I can't fuck up my sleep schedule any more than it already is. Fuck. Come on. I can't. I can't. Defeated, the bag of vegetable straws slides off my stomach as my arm falls to my side. The signal on the television goes bad again. All I can hear is the white noise it creates as it lulls me into sleep. Okay, good. I was wondering what the fuck. I was like, that cannot be the end. Where am I? I can't see a thing, but the environment around me feels familiar. The overwhelming smell of cinnamon apple assaults my nose, and I faintly hear country music in the distance. It sounds like it's coming from under me? Zeke? Someone is calling for me. It's hard to make out who it is, though. It sounds garbled, as if I'm underwater.
Ezekiel.
Oh, great, that name. It's a jackal, isn't it? Oh, it's not? Oh, shit. It's definitely not that jackal calling for me, though. From what I can make out, the voice is feminine, sweet, yet authoritative. I curl into a ball, wherever I am. I guess I'm on the bed? The covers feel scratchy, though. Wait, stretchy covers? You're not sleeping, are you? The world returns to me, light staining my eyes once open. I rub them, letting out a small grunt as I get out of bed. I sound higher pitched than usual, and I also have to drop down from the bed. Everything feels weird too. It's like I'm in my body, but I'm not controlling it. What the hell is happening? As my vision starts to clear up, I recognize where I am. This is my old room from when I lived in Silverstone? There's even the shaded TV and gaming consoles on the floor. I was definitely right about the scent coming from below me. Mama always liked to light seasonal candles, no matter the weather. They used to give me intense headaches too. There you are! Why weren't you answering me? Aww. My head whips towards the door. Mom is wearing a fancy green dress and hoop earrings. Oh, are we getting ready for church? She's putting on her emerald necklace as she walks in, stepping around the death trap my childhood self has set up on the floor. What the? He looks so adorable! Oh my god! And you're not even changed yet. See, come on. Wait, am I viewing this through the eyes of my younger self? I remember this day. Sure enough, when I try to stretch my head, my arm stays close to my chest instead, fingers picking dirt out from under my nails. My younger self grumbles, turning away from Mom as she picks the toys up from my floor and puts them in the chest by my bedroom door. You didn't clean your room either? This is important for me, Zeke, and for you too. I don't want to meet them. I want Dad. Mom lets out an exasperated sigh as she tosses the final hazard into the toy box. I understand my younger self's feelings, but this wasn't my finest moments. Granted, I should at least give myself a pass. I was a kid back then. He's not coming back, hon. You'll see him again someday, though, if you're a good boy. That's kind of fucked up to say, Mom. And one way of being a good boy is by behaving tonight and putting on the clothes I laid out for you. Can you do that for me?
I guess.
Mom gives me one of her few smiles, before patting my back and kissing my cheek. My younger self, of course, recoils before wiping the spit off as soon as she pulls away. They'll be here soon, so wash up fast, okay?
Okay.
As soon as Mom exits the room, younger me closes the door and immediately throws a fit. He thrashes about, eventually kicking the toy chest. Unfortunately, I still feel the pain as it shoots up my leg. That's kind of fucked up, especially for a dream.
Ow, ow, ow!
It probably was a smart kid me to not tell Mom about that injury. Still, gotta give props to myself for managing to keep it quiet after kicking solid wood.
I hate this. I don't need a new dad. Why is she trying to replace him?
I can only mentally shake my head as I listen to him. I'm definitely starting to miss my regular body right now. Little Zeke tears himself out of his shirt and shorts, throwing on the usual clothes my mom would put me in for church. A plaid button-up and tan dress shorts. She spared me that uncomfortable green striped tie that day. They're going to be here soon, Zeke. Can you come help me set the table?
Fine.
Seeing the hallways of the house is bittersweet. The old disgusting floor wallpaper makes me feel nostalgic, even if the pattern was well on its way out of style. However, after being trapped in a house with Mom for most of my life, I'm not exactly thrilled about being thrust into this on my vacation. That said, this trip has felt a bit like work. Way too much work. As my past self steps into the kitchen, I notice my mom pulling the turkey out of the oven. That's some ugly wallpaper. I still remember the taste to this day. She used way too much rosemary on it, and it was pretty dry. Just take the plates to the table. I'll handle the silverware. I peer into the plates. Mom managed to, in her words, salvage them when the exodus happened. They chipped and cracked over the years, so it's surreal to see the full design paint on them. In contrast, the glasses are rather cheap plastic, like something you would find at a pizza place. Hey, those are the best cups, by the way. I don't know why, they made the drinks taste better. If they weren't clear, I would have guessed she stole them from one. She probably just got them from a thrift shop. Little me struggles to take the plates to the table. I remember them being heavier than I expected. I just had to carry just 2 at a time instead of 1. I reached to get a glass when... They're here already? See, honey, I'll serve the glasses later. Can you go at the door? Be sure to smile and be on your best behavior. I almost get sick from the unexpected eye roll. Past me plods along to the front door, turn his head so Mom doesn't see his expression. I'm stuck once again, now in front of the door, picking out dirt from under my claws. I'm glad I actually learned how to clean my hands in the future. I can unfortunately feel a bit of what my past self is feeling. Fear, anxiety, and sadness overwhelm him as he lets out some shaky breaths.
Hello, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Hames. No, that's not good enough.
I remember what I was doing. I felt like I wasn't going to make a good first impression, and was trying to come up with something quick so I wouldn't disappoint Mom. The doorbell chimes again. startling poor Mini-Me as he quickly grabs the doorknob, trying to fling the thing open. Too bad he forgot to unlock it first.
Ow!
After fixing that mistake, he finally opens the door. His hand begins to tremble as a giant dog comes into view. Dad? What? Your dad? Ah! Fuck! Oh, shit! In Build 3, whenever that's gonna come out. No shade. There is no shade. This is cool. So yeah, this was awesome. I can't believe Silas wanted to ask us out. I'm so sad. Fuck you, Mason. You've ruined everything. You're not hot anymore. Oh, Ben, Keith, Bowser, Dirt the Red Panda. Oh my god, all those people. That's cool. Saturday nights are right for fighting. Is that supposed to mean something? Wait, what? Would you like to see the cat's corner? What the fuck is that? What's the cat's corner? Oh, hey, Brick! I'm sorry, Brick. I have no idea what you sound like and everything, but I'm gonna give you that Skater Boy voice. So, how have y'all been? Welcome back to the Cat's Corner. And of course, welcome back to Silverstone. This was our first huge build with new story and content. Well, if you don't count the first one. I know it took a while to get here, but there's good reason for it. As this is a new team, we'll still figure out the development process, and many of us also have side projects we work on. To help pay everyone, I took up an assistant ride job for Cleaved, and an edited position for an upcoming visual novel that hasn't been announced yet. The extra money definitely helped with the process, and I think it was worth it in the end. Luz, Andy, and Perry did a great job. Then there was the myriad of health issues I got, multiple epilepsy breakthroughs, and my first ever kidney stone. Oh shit, dude. Needless to say, work on Silverstone slowed down for a bit because of all that. However, I think a break from riding Silverstone is actually what I needed. I think the work on Mason's route is a drastic improvement over the first build. That said, I think I need to work on writing arguments a bit. I like them for the most part, but I say conversation is more of a strength of mine. It was really fun to write Mason and Zeke in this build, though. I love writing conflict, and the dynamic they have as brothers made it interesting. Silas was another favorite of mine to write in this build. Even though he doesn't appear much, I just love writing cute, shy characters like that, and I love them all the same. However, one thing I would change about the development of this build is that I wouldn't put an end date for us. I think putting out promos before the build is actually complete just creates crunch time, and I don't want to put the team through that again. So, what's the release date for Build 3? When it's done. We'll finish the build, then put the promo out, and then finally put it out. If I did have to estimate when it'll come out, it'll be sometime early fall. But hey, maybe we'll work super fast to get everything done before summer ends, who knows? Apologies for the shitty mic, but an update recently came out saying that Luz, their sprite artist, stepped down. Due to this, the next build won't be until probably the second quarter of 2026 as they look for a new sprite artist. Please respect and show your support to all parties in these tough times. Thank you. One thing I would like to have done before the next build, though, is everyone's sprites. Jake and Kelsey are almost finished, but Silas and June need some love. No big update added them in like Build 1, though. They'll join everyone in Build 3. The next build is going to be interesting, though. We'll be exploring some of Zeke's childhood, and then the more slice-of-life aspects are going to fade into the background a bit. Let's just say things are going to go off the rails within the next couple builds. It'll take a bit before we get there, so I hope you stay tuned. You can support us on Patreon, chat with us on Discord, and follow us on Bluesky for more updates on the development process. Until then, I hope you have a good morning, good evening, and good night. So, there you go, that was it! So, looks like June and Silas are going to begin some sprite updates. Or like, more sprite options for their characters. Which is cool. Well, this is gonna be interesting, yeah. I know in my last part, I said something along the lines of, like, I was, like, way more invested in, like, Don Corso's story than I was Silverstone, but that was not to, like, the fault of the writing and everything. But the writing picked up really quickly, especially for this. You know what? That's always sometimes the norm for most visual novels. Is that like the beginning is a bit rough, and then like it picks up quickly. So like you can't judge a visual novel based off its beginning, though. You have to see through it and see what happens. Actually, fun fact: one of the biggest like issues I had with Repeat, the visual novel by Shiro Koi, was the beginning, because it felt like the pace was moving too fast, especially with the characters, and it felt like it was just trying to get to the routes as quickly as possible. And then one of the complaints I had for Temptations Ballad, also by Shiro Koi, was that the beginning felt a bit slow. Like, it didn't really hook me, but then like later on, they hooked me really good, and they're actually really funny. And I know Temptations Ballad has been updated ever since Sissel's route completed in Repeats, but I haven't caught up to it. I literally haven't played it ever since that hiatus. So I really should get back to it, because it was so Temptations Ballad is actually really hilarious, and so is Repeat. Actually, they're both really hilarious, and I really enjoy them. But yeah, it's like, I know like a visual novel can be rough and everything. Actually, one of the things like I've heard about like the visual novel me and Zed made, When You Were Mine, was that one person who, there was this person in the visual novel Discord server who took his time and started like, you know, reading every single February Game Jam visual novel. Like, I guess he's been doing this. He read ours, and he said that the beginning felt a little bit more exposition heavy, which I can kind of see that. Listen, I wrote that in like one night. It was crazy. And then he said that as it went on, it started to make more sense and became a lot more well written. So I'm not accept for criticism on that either. I feel like as writers, we tend to start off a bit nervous when writing this, and then we gain more confidence as we keep going. That's the one thing I love about independent art, is that like we just keep going no matter what. We write the stories we want to write and everything, and we have friends who want to help us develop these stories. That like I said, that was my first ever visual novel I ever written, and the fact that like I had help from Zed is insane, and I'm forever grateful. And I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I'm just getting really sentimental about everything. But yeah, Silverstone, I am invested. I need to know more. But now, I need to know which route's gonna update next, and I hope it's Silas, because goddamn, I love this bear so much! I love this bear! Well, until the next builds, thank you all so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and subscribe if you're really interested. I'll leave a link to the visual novel in the description below where you'll play for yourself, as well as my Twitter and Blue Slave where you'll support me on those platforms. And as always, I'll be leaving a link to the aforementioned visual novel I made with my dear friend Zed the Red Panda called When You Were Mine. Please do show your support to it. If you do enjoy it, maybe consider rating it and commenting on it on itchio. We love reading those, it makes our day. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!